But speaking of technology, I don't know if you've seen, but Uber and Lyft, a lot of people are starting to go back and ride more. And since they started getting vaccines and since people start feeling safer to go back up, the economy's reopening. So Uber and Lyft, they've run into a big issue, and that issue is with having a driver shortage. Before the pandemic, before everything started, they actually had a surplus of drivers. They had too many drivers. They didn't know what to do with it. They turned people away. They said, you can't drive. We don't have enough demand, and we can't oversaturate the number of drivers we have. It's going to be too big of an issue. So they turned people away before the pandemic. Now it's complete reverse. Now they need more drivers. People are starting to want to go back in Uber and Lyft, and they have a big shortage. So what Uber said is that they said they're actually going to be spending $250 million in a sort of like stimulus for people, to incentivize people to come back. This is going to be just sending either money out to people to in terms of like bonuses when they sign up, or if it's longer rides, they might give out extra cash. Same with Lyft. They said they're offering $800 bonuses to drivers who return to the app. They're going to be doling out extra cash to drivers who take trips that last longer than 9 minutes. And basically the goal of all of this is going to be to incentivize people to come back, start driving again. And in terms of number of drivers who used to be on the platform to who are on it now, for Uber's done a little bit better than Lyft in terms of retaining drivers, but Uber still has seen over a 35% decrease in the number of drivers, 37.5%, and Lyft saw a 42.3% drop. So both of them aren't doing great. 35 to 45% drop in the number of drivers. That starts to create a big problem, especially as people start going back out again, start wanting to go travel to airports, go to activities, go out with their friends at night, go out and drink. People need to take Ubers and Lyfts. And if there's not enough drivers, first of all, prices are probably going to be higher for you to take a ride in an Uber or a Lyft. And in addition to that, you probably have to wait a lot longer. So they're struggling right now. They're going to need to spend a lot of money to try to incentivize people to come back. And it's not so easy. You would think that it would be easy to get people to come back. Since there aren't a lot of drivers, drivers would make more money going back. But the downside is people who used to do Uber and Lyft, they found other things. They probably found other things that maybe didn't cost as much money, because driving Uber and Lyft, you have to maintain your vehicle, a lot of maintenance costs that people don't realize. They either found other things or they've just decided they don't want to drive anymore. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, but there is a big shortage in terms of number of drivers, especially in major cities now. Major cities like New York, Chicago, big cities are going to start are really going to start struggling because people now rely on Uber and Lyft over taxis.